Hello everyone, it's Ryan with Frontline Animal Removal. Today I want to show you some of the tools of our trade. So I'm going to show off some of our traps and how they function. Now, as many of you know, we use cage traps for probably 95 to 97% of our trapping. They come in various sizes and shapes. Like we have this little one here, which we use for groundhogs. We have these specialized long skinny traps for chimneys. Then we have our normal raccoon trap here, another chimney trap, and there's a couple more groundhog size traps. And the idea behind the trap is animal walks into the cage and they either step on a treadle or they push some wires to the side and the trap snaps shut, enclosing the animal safely and securely. Now, we use these style of traps most of the time because they're very effective and it does not cause harm to the animal. Sometimes, however, we have to use other types of traps. Rarely, but they're in our toolkit and they're there if we need them. So let me show you some of those other ones. This piece of wire is a trap. It is a snare. Let me show you how it works. This is an anchor. It gets anchored to something. Sometimes, well, this type of anchor gets driven into the ground, but other times we anchor this to a stake or some sort of other immovable option. There is a swivel, so this can spin. And then we have our loop, which catches the critter. When the trap is set, the loop looks like that. Animal gets caught by passing through the loop and this snaps shut around the animal. The snare basically functions like a dog leash. The big disadvantage with the snare is it's a one-time use. So once this animal has been caught in a snare, you throw the snare away. It can never be used again because it'll be damaged. The other problem with the snare is anything within the radius of the snare, which can be several feet in diameter, the animal will destroy and damage. So we very rarely ever use snares, but there are certain circumstances out in the fields and along the woods where this is the only option or the most effective option. So maybe once or twice a year we get out the snares. Another type of trap that we use is the body gripping trap. And I have various body gripping traps here. Also, these are also known as conibears. That's just the brand, but they're known as they're a body gripping trap. That's a medium-sized one. There's a little smaller one. Whoops, that one just went off. There's one. And to be honest with you, a rat trap is a body gripping trap. The idea with the rat trap, put the bait there, snaps closed on the animal, and will grip the body of the animal and suffocate the animal. The smaller, or these other body gripping traps, work in the same premise. You have two wires that are held in place by a spring with a catch. And the way that it works is this is placed somewhere where the animal is traveling. Now these I use even less often than the snare because these will kill the animal because it functions like a rat trap. It grabs the animal's body, squeezes, and suffocates the animal. And the way this trap works, this would be protecting some sort of opening. The animal walks into the opening and the bars come down and squeeze the animal. It's just part of our toolkit that we use once or twice a year. There are special rules for body gripping traps. Large ones that are designed to catch large animals, such as beaver, can only be used underwater and may not be used on land. If they were to be used on land, it has to be in an enclosed space that no other animals can access. Whereas these little guys like this can be used on land because we don't have any risk of pets going into them, or very minimal. And there's minimal risk to human. This trap could snap shut on my arm or wrist, fingers, and I would be okay. The large ones for the beaver, those can actually break bones. But these are just a few of the traps we use. As you can see, we have a wide variety of things to use, and I only have a few of these in the back of the truck because I hardly ever use them, whereas I'm full of cages, which I use all the time. So if you have questions about how to use a trap, where to place a trap, or what kind of trap to use, give us a call. We'll give you some advice. Thank you.